Connecticut's Nate Appel, Superior Auto Body, A&A Auto Parts, and Pier 76 Marina sponsor the 01 machine. Outside of him, driving the number 81, that is Phil Evans from Uncasville, Connecticut. Inside row number 2, it is the 38 of Ian Brew from Wood River Junction, Circle T Masonry, Madison Signs, and Chuck Maine sponsor the 38. Working next to him will be the 88 machine that is Groton, Connecticut's David Sylvia and the Garbo Lobster Salem Liquors Kennedy Marine sponsored entry. Fifth on our field is the number 33, that's Quaker Hill, Connecticut's Chuck Rogers, and outside of him is the 21, it is Kyle James. Inside row number 4 is the 11, Lisbon, Connecticut's Ken Cassidy. A starting spot goes to the number 65, Groton, Connecticut's Richard Brooks. Ninth on our field is the number 8 machine, that is William Leonard from Wood River Junction, Holmes Garage, I Like Davis Electric, Performance Plus, sponsor the number 8. 10th on our field is the number 91, Niantic, Connecticut's Chris Williams. 11th starting position will go to the number 61, that is Ken Like III from Orange, Connecticut. Next to him, let's check out the number 37, that is Joseph Godbout III from Hope Valley, Rhode Island, GCR Specialties, Dunkey Heating and Cooling, and Extramart sponsor the 37. 15th on our field is the 54 for last week's winner, Westbrook, Connecticut's Jeffrey Miller. 14th starting spot will go to the number 3. That is Randy Johnston from Westerly, Rhode Island, and the AutoWorks Finish Line Signs, Skin Graphics Kagan Company sponsored entry. 15th on our field is the man who leads the points parade. That is the number 18 of Danny Field from Deep River, Connecticut, St. Pierre Builders, Roger Allison, and Angel Graphics sponsored Danny. 16th starting position will go to the number 20, that is Bill Porter from Voluntown, Just Cuz Construction, Catherine and Jerry DuPont sponsor him.
Mini stock action, Dave Barabalt.
Nate Appel and Phil Evans will bring them down to the green. Evans with a strong heat race and continues that luck as he goes out to the lead. And also on his back bumper is the 88 of David Sylvia, who grabs the second spot.
So Nate Appel did not get up to speed. He fades from first to fourth, leaving the lead to Phil Evans. And now making a challenge on the outside, it's Kyle James getting it done again. This guy seems to get better lap after lap.
And at the front, it is David Sylvia, who last week struggled with it. He did not finish. He looks to get the lead away from the 81 of Phil Evans, but Evans still holds the lead.
Evans has had a hot and cold season. One week he'll be at the equator. The next week, the Arctic Circle. Bill Leonard has dropped off the pace in car number 8. He is in the middle of the pack. Richard Brooks starting to flex his muscles as he diesels his way into the number 4 position.
And also it is the 91 machine of Chris Williams on the outside, looks to make the pass on the 01 of Appel as they go through turns 1 and 2. And on Williams' back bumper, the 37 of Joe Godbout.
Also Ian Brew starting to work his way through traffic. 2-car battle at the front of the field between 2 veterans, Phil Evans and Dave Sylvia. And now Kyle James is trying to survive an assault from one of the best in the business, Richard Brooks, gnawing away on the bottom as he is over that car like turtle wax as they head into turn 4.
And Brooks takes a big bite and he'll grab the 3rd position away from James as they tear into turn number 1. Here's Chris Williams on the inside of Godbout, who runs in the 5th spot as they go down the backstretch.
Appel and Chuck Rogers battling deeper in the field, but at the front of the field, the script has been the same. Evans followed by Sylvia. Joe Godbout once again had one of the fastest cars in pre-race practice, but he is pinned behind the 21 of Kyle James. Randy Johnston starting to move up through the field in car number 3. He has passed several cars since we've been under green.
And Godbout now makes the move on the inside of Kyle James. He looks to grab the 4th spot and will do so off turn number 2 as they go down the backstretch.
So the blast by the 37 car, and now he has pulled into 4th place. Chris Williams looking to Xerox that move made by Godbout, but I don't think he's as quick as the 37 car, and that's why he is behind the 21. Nate Appel now tangling with the 8 of Leonard. We have had 8 green flag laps, and all of them have been led by Phil Leonard, and on every one of them, like a Christmas tree ornament, Dave Sylvia has been attached to his back bumper.
And now Joe Godbout looks for the third position from Richard Brooks as they go into turn number 3. Brooks gives him the run underneath. It is still Brooks holding onto the third spot as they tear into turn 1.
Well, Brooks's car looks pretty potent on the outside groove, and the inside is where Godbout likes to go. So contrasting styles of racing at the front. Lap car, Nate Appel. Let's see how it affects our leaders. Evans goes high, trying to get around the 01 of Nate Appel. So it's a magical mystery tour now as our two leaders go down the backstretch. Godbout got his nose about halfway underneath Richard Brooks, and our leaders are able to clear the lap traffic without much trouble.
And now this time, Godbout tries one more time on the inside of Brooks as they go into turn number 1. Brooks slides a little bit up the embankment. That allows Godbout a little bit more of a run as they go into turn number 3. Godbout only gets the door, though this time off turn number 4.
That's about as close as he has been able to come. Danny Fields starting to move as he is currently in 9th place in car number 18. Godbout drops off the pace a little bit in the battle between he and Brooks. James is still a player, but meanwhile, lap after lap, it has been Evans hunted down by Sylvia. Trouble in the backstretch as Cunliffe spins around in turn number 2. Christina Cunliffe in the 04. She is able to get it back together. We stay under green.
And it is still Phil Evans leading the charge. David Sylvia right on his back bumper in the 2nd spot. Then we'll fall back about 8 cars to where the battle is between Richard Brooks and the 37 of Godbout. Then we'll fall to 5th towards the 21 of Kyle James.
Evans has not been able to relax. As all over him, like graffiti on a locker room wall, has been Dave Sylvia trying to find room underneath. So Sylvia looks at the scoreboard, sees that the laps are running out. He is starting to plot his strategy against Phil Evans.
Sylvia on the back bumper so close he can read the gauges on Evans' machine as they come this time by with just 3 laps left as they go into turn number 1.
It is Sylvia going to try it again as he jitterbug down low, now gets back in behind him. It is Godbout trying to pull into 3rd place against Brooks. Good, strong move. Joe Godbout, color him into 3rd place.
But Brooks gains a bit of a bite, and he will look to pull even with Godbout as they go into turn number 1 and take off down the backstretch. Those two cars locked together in battle. It is Brooks on the outside, inches his way into the 3rd position as we come off turn number 4. But right now, with just 1 lap left and one more chance for David Sylvia, it is Phil Evans leading the pack off turn number 2. Can Sylvia have anything for him as they go into turn number 3? It is the gray 81 of Phil Evans. He looks to go all the way to from start to finish. It is Phil Evans taking down the win. David Sylvia will finish in the 2nd spot. In 3rd, we have the 37 Joe Godbout.
Evans. And one of the better races as Evans is going to decide a little smoke action. Flying Phil Evans tonight in car number 81. And he is getting ready to catapult out of that race car after a great run, leading every step of the way. Starting on the outside of the front row, Dave Sylvia was so close to you for so long. How were you able to hold him off?
I just kept the car in the bottom, you know. I've had a skip for about 4 weeks now, and it's still not gone, but Dave ran a good race. I know he was a little faster than me, but as long as I held the bottom of the track, I think I was all right.
Now, you've had some great runs this year, some that are not so great. What did you do tonight to turn things around?
Nothing really. We haven't changed nothing all year. I've just had a lot of bad luck this year, but I'd really like to thank my brother Joey. Tonight's his birthday, so happy birthday to him. He's helped me out a ton, you know. If it wasn't for him, my wife, all my sponsors, Wallix Carpets, Evans Contracting, and Luther Fence, and all the people that's helped me out, my Uncle Phil.
So, Joey is happy, but here's a man who's just as happy, the driver of car number 81, Phil Evans.